How did you feel after watching the Wiege music video? Were you sad? Did you feel depressed? Did you feel like your heart was stabbed for so many times and was broken into a million pieces? But why? That video was full of happiness. Let's start with the four friends. On this scene, it looked like they were tasked to clean these monsters. Yvonne seems to be sharing some tips to Mizzy, while Till got pulled up by this monster, and it made Sua concerned. The pair-ups are not like what we normally see, right? But this shouldn't be a surprise since they are a part of the same gang. They're not pairs who are simply brought together. They care about each member of the group. The four of them hang out together, even when they're with others. Oh, look at them having fun, singing with their classmates at Anak Garden. They even have background music, thanks to Till's xylophone. Oh, look at Till's happy face. It's nice to see him enjoy singing on this scene. Oh, we totally didn't see him forced to sing before. Till really was born to perform. By the way, we get to see them preparing for their performances. Yes, they are performances because in reality, they are actually actors performing in this show called Alien Stage. In their normal lives, Till is an art student. He looks very focused working on his masterpiece here. His level of concentration is so mesmerizing. I understand why Yvonne can't help but look at him. As for Ivan, in the real world, because of these headphones, he appears to be the type who loves listening to music often. On this scene, he looked bored reading what seems to be a love letter. Oh, he's such a heartthrob, even off camera, huh? And then, we see someone approach him. Possibly it's Till, since Yvonne is smiling so brightly here, but it could also be someone else. On this scene, we see Sua chatting happily with someone who isn't Mizzy. She isn't as quiet nor as reserved as we normally see her in the show. Sua is just a normal girl having an ordinary school life. While Mizzy seems to be having the time of her life too. Not sure what she's doing, but she looks a bit tired with all that sweat. Then those cat ears and piercings imply she might be wearing a costume. So perhaps she's in cosplay or in some other performance. Back to the preparation of their performances, we get a glimpse of what the gang had been doing before they went on stage in rounds 1 to 3. For these two girls, it looks like the original plan was for Sua to wear the black dress. But later, it looks like Mizzy had another idea. Perhaps Mizzy said that the white dress would look more beautiful on Sua. Well, whatever Mizzy said, it made Sua very happy. And then we see Till drawing a design on a shirt with stray paint. It seems to be the same shirt that he wore for round 2. In case you didn't notice, Freddy is over here, while Yvonne didn't seem to have had any special preparation. He's just eating with his opponent at the cafeteria, as if it's just an ordinary day. Now, about those scenes with the actual performances, of course, none of them are real. Mizzy is such a great actress on this scene. And those red stuff? Of course, it's not Sua's blood. They're just ketchup. What's real is Sua's beauty. Her beauty is out of this world. She is so bright that we couldn't even see her face clearly on this scene. Yeah, this is totally not her last moment. She's a goddess that lives forever after all. And this scene? Oh, Mizzy is not crying over dead Till here. Till is just very tired. He was exhausted after his performance at the Blink Gone video, so he's only resting. So don't worry. And if you're wondering why Mizzy is crying, well, she's just very stressed. On this scene, I don't think she's talking about Ivan and Till's upcoming battle. She was just ranting to Hyuna about her stress. Expectations on her had become very high, you see, since she is the remaining special guest after all. Hmm? You think this scene meant that Hyuna's dead? Oh, don't worry. It's not like that. This just meant that Hyuna won't be a special guest on the next Alien Stage episode anymore. After all, she already had a lot of special screen time in this music video. She's one of the stars of Wiege, along with Luca. So, let's now talk about them, starting with Luca. Did you know that Luca had amazing acting skills since childhood? He was even trained to control his emotions. I've heard he also constantly monitors his heartbeat. He had plenty of brothers and sisters, but he is the best among them. He's even considered a prince by those who adore him. Luca and his siblings had performed in a tragic film, though. On this scene, he was asked to make this heartbreaking expression while holding this knife and switch. You see, this sci fi movie starts with a child trying to free his clones, but he failed. The clones that stayed alive somehow are implied to be defective, but some of their body parts, maybe their blood as well, are being used to keep the perfect child healthy. Ah, yes, his siblings played the part of his clones, and they were asked to pretend to be dead. It looks pretty convincing, right? But don't worry, they are fine. Luca also attends this Anak Garden music school. He's not very sociable though, and he seems pretty satisfied keeping himself busy under this tree. Luca is a very popular child actor, right? Plenty of fans want to take pictures of him, but he's becoming tired of those camera flashes. It might be why he finds comfort under the shade of his favorite tree. As an introvert, Luca is fine by himself, but to his surprise, this pretty little girl approaches him. What surprised him more is that she plays along with him and is even having fun with him. Being appreciated for more than just his pretty face is something new to him, and he enjoyed every second of it. Luca doesn't understand why, but he feels something special whenever he's with his friend Hyuna. Actually, he already feels it, even with just the sight of her. He didn't desire for anything before until he met her. He wanted everything about her. He'll even eat her if he could. But he didn't expect that she is someone that he needs to share. He wanted to claim ownership of her, but Hyuna is casually not letting him. He doesn't really feel anything for the boy who has the same face as Hyuna, but if not cooperating will make her upset with him, then he has no choice but to behave, even if he doesn't understand what's so fun about bugs. But in time, it seems that Luca has become a little fond of Hyuna's brother. Of course, he doesn't like Hyunwoo as much as he likes Hyuna, but Luca has accepted the boy as family. I think this drawing by the young Luca represents the things he likes. He drew himself between the twins. Even if he wanted Hyuna for himself, he didn't leave Hyunwoo out. Then, on the other side are some of his actual siblings. Then this is his favorite tree, and they are all in Anak Garden, singing happily. That place must have been where Luca feels happiest. However, one day it seems that Hyunwoo tried to hurt Luca. Since Hyunwoo did something bad, maybe Luca thought that Hyunwoo deserved to be punished for his actions. Unlike him, who's been a good boy deserves Hyuna's undivided love and attention. What Luca did to Hyunwoo is, of course, not okay for Hyuna. That loss of her one and only brother made her cry a lot. The tragedy about her dear brother had been haunting her till present day, which is why she left and joined the rebellion. But don't worry, Hyunwoo is fine. These snow-like stuff weren't Hyunwoo's ashes at all. Hyunwoo is alive. Here, this is Hyunwoo in present time. Look at him having fun cycling with a friend. Anyway, Luca didn't understand why Hyuna was making that expression though. He was so distracted with the joy of being able to hug her. Actually, even a simple physical contact with her will already make him very happy. We were not shown of Luca's reaction when Hyuna left, but he was fine. He's actually already satisfied with just pictures of her, even if they're wanted posters. He misses her so badly though that he can't help but kiss one of her posters. Her posters are all over his room. Perhaps he wants to see her on every possible angle. Those posters seem to be the only messy part in his generally clean and organized room. Oh, he's like a fanboy, like a simp, who is head over heels towards the love of his life. So, when he finally sees her again, he doesn't care about anything else. He is aware of the gun that is aimed at his head. He knows that getting close to Hyuna could get him killed, but he's just so happy. Well, she's right in front of him. He has to get closer. He is so desperate for her love. Hyuna, on the other hand, is very angry at Luca for what he did to her brother. She resented him even. Hyuna's having a lot of fun with her new friends, but there are some moments when she can't help but feel depressed again. Their leader, Jacob, understands what she's going through and can't help but worry about her. Even on the last time they saw each other, he still gave her another piece of advice. Oh, Jacob's not dead. He is as fine as how he handsomely looks over here. On this scene, Jacob just happened to be very, 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 very sick. So, of course, it made almost everyone in the room cry. Anyway, Hyuna may not have cried on this scene, but it doesn't mean she's okay. She seems to have been distracted about the advice that didn't make sense to her, but she later figured it out. Apparently, she had not forgiven herself for loving Luca despite everything. Yeah, she still cared about him so much that she would sacrifice herself for him. Oh, about this scene? Don't worry. Hyuna wasn't shot. She was just hit by something, and it made her back hurt a lot. Yeah, that must be it. But of course, even if she's still alive, this affected Luca a lot. We already saw him cry before, even if it's just a tear, but on this scene, he cannot even stop the tears. I noticed that he tried to look at Hyuna, but he quickly stopped when she continued speaking. A horrified Luca appears to be the type who freezes and stops thinking. On Hyuna's speech, she directly tells Luca that she resents him. When she told him that she always had to keep moving forward in every moment, she must be implying that she had a hard time moving on because she still loved him despite resenting him so much. Luca is Hyuna's weakness, and Hyuna is also Luca's weakness. They are each other's one and only weakness. Hyuna will never forgive Luca for what he did, but She also understands his pain. Luca only knows suffering, and although he wouldn't have wanted to hurt Hyuna, he had done just that, so cruelly so. Living without her will be the perfect revenge to Luca. After all, that will be more horrifying to Luca compared to his own death. But she wouldn't want her beloved to suffer forever either. So she embraces him and tells him to live with love. To someone who doesn't even understand love, that must be something extremely difficult to Luca. But Hyuna knows that Luca is very capable of love. After all, he loves her more than he loves himself. Perhaps he doesn't even love himself. So she tells him to forgive himself again and again and again. It might be the biggest challenge Luca will ever face in his entire life, but Hyuna believes that Luca will be able to do it in time. Then what happened after that? Unfortunately, the movie ended with a cliffhanger. Yes, it's just fiction. The real Luca and Hyuna are living happily together. They are already married actually. On this scene, they're dressed up and are celebrating their anniversary. It's cute that Hyuna seemed to have kissed him on the cheek. Then Luca later wanted to kiss her on the lips. They are so in love in real life, like how much they're in love with each other on those films. I really like it that Hyuna and Luca appear powerful in their individual music videos. Hyuna feels wild but free, while Luca feels intimidating but charming. But on the music video when they're together, it's so soft and gentle. They look as innocent as they were as children. Their relationship may be very complicated in the movie, but in either universe, we can tell that they deeply cherish one another. I really love these two, and I hope that we can see more of them in the future. While waiting, I'd love to talk about my other delusions. Wait, you didn't hear that, okay? So I'll talk about the other things that I like about Alien Stage next time. Thanks for watching and hope to see you again. Take care!